Having trouble hooking up your tow vehicle to your trailer? Well, this video is for you. I'll show you how I do it and what to think about before you even get started. All right, what do you want to know before you even get started trying to hook up a tow vehicle to a trailer? Well, you got to answer this question. Can my tow vehicle tow my trailer? And how do you know? You got to understand the capacity of your tow vehicle and also of your trailer. So first thing is, every vehicle is going to have a tow rating that's listed on it. Now this truck, for example, with a max tow package can tow up to 12,000 pounds, but the same truck equipped entirely differently could tow maybe half of that. So you have to know the tow rating of your vehicle. How do you know? You got to check your make, your model. You can look in the owner's manual if you have the owner's manual. If not, you can just Google it up. What's the tow rating of my vehicle? All right, so once you know the tow rating of your vehicle, you got to know what it is you're towing. That will have a weight rating as well, called the Gross Vehicle Weight Rating, or GVWR. So the way to find that out, typically it's going to be right on your trailer somewhere. Like for example, on this trailer here, it shows the gross vehicle weight rating right there, 3,500 pounds for this trailer right here. Now that is the weight of the trailer plus the weight of the cargo, whatever it is that you put in there. The other thing you gotta think about, it's usually not that much of an issue, but each vehicle will have a payload capacity as well. So payload, think of it like that's the amount of weight that you can put in there. People, gear, anything else that's actually in the tow vehicle itself. And you know, that might be 1,000 pounds, let's say, for your payload. When you're towing, the thing to think about is you want to add on to that payload, whatever it is that you have there, about 10% of your trailer weight. So if this is a 3,500 pound trailer here, I'm towing fully loaded, that's going to be about 350 pounds of payload capacity I'm using up of that 1,000 pounds of payload that I've got within my vehicle. All right, you know the tow rating for your tow vehicle, you know the gross vehicle weight capacity for your trailer. You just want to make sure you've got more capacity on your tow vehicle and your trailer. You don't want to be towing a 7,000 pound fully loaded trailer with a vehicle that can only tow 5,000 pounds. That'd be very dangerous. Also very hard on the components, the drivetrain, everything of your tow vehicles. Now, the next thing to understand is what is the hitch ball size that you're using. So typically, and what I've got here is a 2-inch ball. Balls come in 2 inches, kind of the standard you see most of the time. There's also a 1 7/8 and there's a 2 5/8 that are used for different size trailers, but this one's kind of right in the middle. You see that most of the time. That's got to match your receiver here. So 2-inch ball with 2-inch receiver, that's got to match before you start to hook up. The other thing is the connection to the trailer for the lights or brakes. So for example, this is a 4-pin connector here. This is very common for smaller trailers. This is a trailer that doesn't have its own brakes. This is just going to put through the electrical connection for the lights on the trailer here. And this 4-pin connection has got to connect up to your tow vehicle. My 4 pins are here. They're to connect up to my 4-pin that's on my wire. Now you might have a 5-pin. That's another common connector there. Sometimes there's converters you can put on from 4 to 5 if you need to do that. The other one that's common that you see is called a 7-pin connection. This truck again is going to have all 7 pins in there. It would look like this. There's a little slot at the bottom that you insert your tow wire into. I'll show you what that looks like. That's one of these things here with the blue cable. It's got the 7 pins right there. Now this trailer has brakes, that's why it's got more pins here. So it'll also cover the turning lights and the running lights as well. So typically you see this on bigger trailers, travel trailers, heavier duty trailers, trailers that have brakes are going to have a connection like that. So you know, if you're connecting this up, you just got to make sure, look first to see, does your vehicle have the type of receiver for the type of cable One more thing to think about is just the level of the trailer. So when you're hooking up the trailer, you want to make sure this is as level as possible, all the way across there, all the way to the back. And these tow hitches here are going to be at different levels depending on the vehicle. Now the one that I've got here is really nice because you can just move this hitch ball up and down, you know, to whatever level you need for your trailer. Now this thing's also kind of expensive, so I wouldn't recommend this unless you're towing a bunch of different trailers, but it does give you a lot of flexibility. But the point is, you just want to make this as level as possible. You don't want the trailer, you know, jacked way up or dipping way down. So can your vehicle tow your trailer? Well, here's a list of things that I covered around tow capacity, trailer weight, payload capacity, hitch ball size, and your trailer light connection. If you're good on all that, then you're ready to get hooked up. So I'll show you how that's done. What really helps is to have one of these backup cameras. Now this truck has got a really nice one here. It's going to show me right where I need to go. It's going to even give me a little line right down the middle where I want to go to there. And once I get close, I can get right on top of that. You know, in the old days, we didn't have these rear cameras. Made it a little bit harder. You just got to try to line up the center of the trailer back with the center of your tow vehicle. Probably going to be getting out, taking a look at it, to overshot it, undershot it. It takes a little while to get used to it. So if you don't have a backup camera, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but hey, we all used to do this in the old days, so it's still not hard to do today. Now one thing I want to tell you about is, you see this little lip underneath here. There's a little lip that's got to go right underneath the ball there. So if you're too far back and this lip is on top of the ball, you're not going to be able to get connected up, because once you drop this thing, it should seat all the way down. Now, I'm a little bit forward right now, so that's a different problem, but if you're too far back and this lip is like up on top of the ball, it's just not going to connect, and this thing has to come all the way down in order to connect that up there. So let's give this one another try. Alright, so I'm just going to come back as straight as I can. I'm just watching that line. Going to go right back on there. When I get close, like I am right now, just wait till I get right underneath it, just like that. Just a little bit underneath there. Now I'm going to put on the brake, parking brake. That'll hold the truck exactly where it is. Shut the engine off so I'm not breathing exhaust fumes when I try to go get this thing connected. So here we go. Let's see how we did. Okay, I'm just about right on top of there. So that's where you want to be. This thing will drop straight down. Your lever here, this lock, is going to be in the up position here. You can see my little latch is still behind the ball there. And with the jack stand, you just want to go left to lower. The jack stand coming up off the ground, so the weight is now on the tow ball. You can see that's seated all the way down there. And then this latch takes a little bit of effort, but that will drop down on there. There it goes. The latch normally has a pin like this, something. You want to make sure you stick something through here. These little pins are the best. Get through this way, because that will keep this from coming up, coming loose. If you're driving, hit a bump or something like that, you didn't want to have some sort of pin in there. Then you're going to want to hook up the chains. Chains you always want to cross. There's going to be a little connection here somewhere on your tow hitch that goes to here. And I got one on the other side, right in there. Those chains are crossed over like that. So I got that, and then I'm going to go plug in. Right. Push that all the way down. That's all plugged in. I'm going to raise this thing up all the way here. Next thing you want to do is remove any blocks that you've got. For the trailer, I've got a few back here before you drive away. Just want to make sure any of your tow chocks are pulled away. Some of tow vehicles, you know, have a little light check inside them. That's always really nice. I just do kind of a walk around, maybe put the flashers on, put the turn signals on, just to make sure that electrical connection is up and working the way you want it to. This all looks good here. I'm going to raise this jack stand all the way up so it clears, and that is how you complete the hookup. Ready to park it again, you just want to do the opposite of what you did to get it hooked up. Put a chalk around your wheels, because as soon as you disconnect this trailer from your tow vehicle, depending on where you're parked at, it can shift around and move. So you want to make sure that that's all blocked up in the back. I'm going to come down with my jack stand here, get that all the way down to the bottom. Going to start to pick up and just get it a little bit firm there. Remove the locking pin. Get that thing off. I'm going to undo my latch right there. Take off chains, one side and the other. Get that over there. I'm going to pull out my electrical connection there. I'm going to go to the right to raise up the trailer. Turn this to the right. That's going to slowly lift that guy up there, and then it'll drop off. All right. So we're disconnected. Trailer on, trailer off. Here's a summary of those connection steps for your reference. Get that hitch down on the hitch ball. Make sure the latch is underneath there. It's connected, secured, safety chains are on. You're plugged in, you get the jack stand out of the way. You clear your blocks and chocks, do a final walk around, you are good to go. Hey, if you liked the video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. Share it out with anybody trying to figure this out who might need some help with it. Drop a comment in there. Check out my channel, Up North Guy. Got videos about how-tos, product reviews, regular guy stuff, life and living up north in beautiful northern Michigan.